Hello everyone. I am Sandeep Kaur, English Mistress from Government Middle School, Kishanpura, District Amritsar. Dear students, it's really nice to be with you all. Dear students, in the previous session, Saint Ravidas part 1, we have read about the birth, childhood, schooling, early life and spiritual learning of Saint Ravidas. So, let's do an activity, bio sketch of Saint Ravidas. First one is name. Mention full name. Next is birth. Mention the day, date or year of the birth of Saint Ravidas. Next is place. So, mention the place where was he born. Next is father. Father means you have to mention here the profession of father. If it is, mention father's name, then you can write the name of father. But if it is only father, mention the profession of father. Next is spiritual teacher. It means mention the name of spiritual teacher of Saint Ravidas. Next is interested in. It means write or mention the interest of Saint Ravidas. We have read about the interest of Saint Ravidas. Next is school experience. Yes, how was his experience at school? Dear students, there is no need to write sentences. You can write keywords for the school experience and interested in. I think it's very easy. So let's go through the bio sketch of Saint Ravidas. Name Saint Ravidas. Birth 1377 AD. Place Banaras. Father a cobbler. Spiritual teacher Swami Ramanand. Interested in spiritual knowledge. School experience painful and unpleasant. So dear students, next we will move to the reading of the text. Lesson Saint Ravidas. Ravidas felt that his training in spiritual life was not yet complete. Ravidas felt that his training in spiritual life was not yet complete. He had a desire to have more and more of spiritual knowledge. First of all, he decided to beautify an area of the forest where he could meditate in peace. One day, while meditating, he felt disturbed. He felt disturbed by a sudden movement in the bushes. Ravidas got up and looked around. A she-deer had been caught in a net laid by a hunter. The poor animal was struggling to get free. As the hunter approached her, she looked at him with pleading eyes. It was as if she was begging, as if she was begging for mercy. It was her time to feed her 3 young ones. The little ones came jumping to her joyfully, but they were shocked when they saw their mother in a miserable plight. The mother and her young ones were a painful picture of misery and helplessness. Their silent prayers and their sad eyes could have melted even a heart of stone. Dear students, beta listen again. Their silent prayers and their sad eyes could have melted even a heart of stone. But the cruel hunter remained unmoved. His eyes showed no trace of pity or kindness. He stepped forward to seize the animal and her young ones. So, dear students, let's do some meanings of the difficult words. Number 1, meditate. Meditate means to focus one's mind. 2, approached. Approached means to come near. Number 3, begging. Begging means ask someone for something. Number 4, miserable. Miserable means being in a pitiable state. Number 5, pleading. Pleading means making an emotional appeal. Number 6, seize. Seize means to take hold of forcibly. Dear students, next let's do an activity. Rearrange the sentences. Read the following sentences and put them in the correct order according to the exact story of she-deer and hunter. So, dear students, you know the story of she-deer and hunter. Let's read the sentences so that we can rearrange them afterwards. First is, but the cruel hunter remained unmoved. Next is, it was her time to feed her 3 young ones. Next is, they saw their mother in a miserable plight. Next is, a she-deer had been caught in a net laid by a hunter. Next is, the poor animal was struggling to get free. So, dear students, let's go through the correct order of sentences according to the story of she-deer and hunter. Number 1, a she-deer had been caught in a net laid by a hunter. So first, she-deer had been caught in a net laid by a hunter. Number 2, the poor animal was struggling to get free. Number 3, it was her time to feed her 3 young ones. Next, they saw their mother in a miserable plight. Number 5, but the cruel hunter remained unmoved. So, this is the correct sequence of the sentences. Dear students, it was very sad scene. Hunter caught the she-deer, but her eyes were begging. To leave her, as she had to feed her 3 young ones. So students, let's read the text to know what happened next. As Ravidas looked at them, his heart melted in pity. As Ravidas looked at them, his heart melted in pity. He felt it is his duty to save the poor, helpless animals from death. He felt it his duty to save the poor, helpless animals from death. He went up to the hunter and spoke like this. So students, it's an emotional but very precious and important speech of Saint Ravidas. So please listen carefully. We are all children of the same God. We are all children of the same God. He is our loving Father. It is the divine essence that runs in the human heart as love. It is the divine essence that fills the rose with fragrance. Again, it is the divine essence that fills the rainbow with beauty. It is the divine essence that fills the birds with joy. The birds with joy, the apples with juice, and the voice with sweetness. Therefore, we should have love for every creature living on this earth. All forms of life are sacred. It is man's most sacred duty to bring peace to a troubled heart. We should never cause pain, suffering, or death to any living being. We should love all things, great or small. Even a tiny insect in grass is as sacred as a human child. So, dear students, these words of Saint Ravidas are precious gems. He tried to make a hunter realize his mistake and respect all and love all creatures. He tried to convince him that all animals, big or small, are God's creation. We should care them. We should save them we should love them. So dear students, this is an important speech by Saint Ravidas. It played an important role in the life of hunter and the she deer. Dear students, let's do an activity. Read, pick and fill. It's an interesting activity. Read the sentences. Pick suitable or appropriate word from the box and fill in the blank. So dear students, are you ready? Let's start. Number 1. We are all children of the same dash. Yes, we have words in the box. Peace, sacred, love, God, rainbow. Next is number 2. It is the divine essence that fill the dash with beauty. Next is number 3. We should have dash for living creatures. Next, number 4. All forms of life are dash. Next, number 5. It is man's most sacred duty to bring dash. Yes, I know you got the correct answers. The suitable words to fill in the blanks. So dear students, let's know the correct words. Read, pick and fill. Number 1. We are all the children of the same dash. And the word is God. We are all the children of the same God. Number 2. It is the divine essence that fill the rainbow with beauty. So the word is rainbow. Next is we should have dash for living creatures. Love. We should have love for living creatures. Next is all forms of life are dash and the correct word is sacred. All forms of life are sacred. Next is number 5. It is man's most sacred duty to bring dash. Yes, appropriate word is peace. It is man's most sacred duty to bring peace. Dear students, your home assignment is write about the incident of she deer and hunter briefly. We have discussed about the she deer and hunter. So write what happened to the she deer and the what hunter did to her. So, dear students, I hope this incident of she deer and hunter and the speech of Saint Ravidas, which is an important and precious speech, is clear to you. You all enjoyed the activities and content. So, dear students, thank you so much, everyone, and have a nice time.